What's up, guys? How's it going? So, yesterday's workout was really good. Today is going to be short because, basically, I think I kind of hurt my pec, like where it connects to the shoulder, like the tendon right here, kind of in between my upper pec, shoulder, and bicep. All that whole area is just really sore, and especially the tendon of my pec there. So I'm going to skip bench and all chest accessories today, and that's mainly just because I don't want to hurt myself while everything's going so good. So that's obviously a smart decision to kind of take it easy. But basically, we just gotta chill out. I'm thinking maybe give it we'll probably be back to benching on Tuesday, but we'll just have to see. But at this point, I'm everything's going so good for me that I'm not trying to jinx anything. I'm not trying to, do anything. I want to keep what I've built up. And if that means, not progressing or not doing, an ultra heavy lift, then so be it. Yeah. But basically, today's just going to be pause deadlifts, and then probably literally just pause deadlifts, hamstring curls, and back extensions. And we'll be out of there within, an hour and a half probably. So, we'll just make it a nice short little workout. It's kind of a gloomy day anyways. But I will say it is very cool. In fact, when I woke up this morning, it was actually so cold in my room that I didn't want to get out of bed. So I just slept past all my alarms. But it is a beautiful day out today, temperature-wise. It's not very sunny, but it is about as good of temperature as you could ask for. I think it's 70 degrees, literally. So, that's awesome. But, no pre-workout today, just because I've already had one of these and a Dr. Pepper. So, I'm already up, 250-ish milligrams of caffeine. So, and that's not a lot. I mean, if I were to take pre-workout, it'd only be 650 milligrams of caffeine, which isn't a lot of caffeine for me. But I'm just gonna play it safe today. Just give my heart a little bit of a break. I'm gonna go on during football season, I'm gonna go on a caffeine cleanse or purge or whatever you want to call it, and my caffeine intake is gonna be extremely limited. It's gonna be very, very, very limited, and pre-workout intake's gonna be limited too. It's not gonna be, anything really crazy. So, yeah, but luckily, I'm basically not gonna work at all during football season. So that'll actually give me time to, figure out how I want to work out and how I want to, do stuff. So, yeah, but I will say that I am never going to lift after practice, but I will lift like early in the morning. I will lift. Like I got no problem lifting at like 5 a.m. And that's perfect for me because the community center opens around that time. So, you know, if I lift from like 5 to 7:15, 7:30-ish, get home, shower, and then go to school, then I'm all good. So, yeah, I'm so tired even though I already had a bunch of caffeine today. But I think that kind of just goes to show that my caffeine tolerance is extremely, honestly, scarily high. So, this is a Zoa White Peach. I had it at the Arnold. I don't remember if it was good, though. It's alright. Kind of tastes like beer. Like sweet beer. To be 100% honest with you guys. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't mind the taste of beer. Like nice beer. My family's all German. So, my dad would get these nice German non-alcoholic beers. And I don't mind those at all. So, obviously, they're not sweet. But I've never really had a sweet beer. And that's kind of tastes like, honestly, beer with a little bit of sugar. Or I should say, a lot of bit of sugar, because beer is basically pure carbs. So, it's just as bad as, like, any soda, basically. It's worse than soda, actually, because of the alcohol. But I'm trying to think. My stepdad has this Monopoly, Star Wars Monopoly game, which is really cool. I've never seen Star Wars Monopoly before, but it looks really cool. And it's got custom figures too. Like it's got Han Solo, R2-D2, Leia, Luke, Stormtrooper, Boba Fett, Darth Vader. So that's kind of cool. But yeah. So for today, it's basically just pause deadlifts, and that's about it. But not too much really to it today. I might try to get a nasty hamstring pump, and that's really cool. I'll have to turn my camera around and show you guys. Check that out. Look at that. That's really cool. The sign for the building is like waving in the wind. I know that doesn't sound like, it's like the sign of the building is like built out of these, like, it's like a mosaic. It's built out of these metal squares. So it's and like the squares are like rippling in the wind, and it looks really cool. But yeah, traffic here is really interesting. I know I've talked a lot, but traffic here is really interesting. It's not like the drivers here, for the most part, aren't terrible, but it's very eat or be eaten. Like people will just cut right out in front of you, and roundabouts, they'll, even though they have to yield, they'll pop out right in front of you. Okay, luckily it doesn't smell like beer, because I'm gonna be talking to some buddies, and I don't want them to think that I've just been drinking beer here. on the way to the gym. But yeah, I made some friends out here, and I'm really glad because I've met some really, really cool people, and I've got some really good advice, made really great connections. The best thing I know, like, for my audience that's like my age or younger, literally, like, one of the best things you can do, no matter where you are, is just talk to people, just make connections. Like, whatever hobby you do, whatever sport you do, whatever, like, I like weightlifting. If you go to the gym, just talk to as many people as you can. And eventually, you'll meet someone who can give you good advice or who can give you connections. Like, one of my buddies here at the gym, he was saying he could get me in touch with the powerlifting coach for the Midland University, which is like a legit college powerlifting. It's not a club. It's like a legit college team, just like a football team. So that's cool. But I talked to him, and I want to go into nuclear engineering. And the Midland does not have a nuclear engineering program. I mean, they barely have an engineering program. It's like a general engineering degree. So, and even, to be honest, I don't know if I'd want to do powerlifting in college. I don't think I want to play any college sports, even if it was powerlifting, just because I like to do powerlifting on my own. So, yeah. I think I didn't turn. I almost turned right into a Cadillac Escalade going like 50 miles an hour. That would not have been good at all. But yeah, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get a week pass for my stepdad here, and get that set up, and we'll have a good workout. So I will see you guys for that first set of whatever pause deadlift. Alrighty, guys. So we are on our way over to the local market. It's not like necessarily like a super. I guess today's kind of a supermarket, but basically, we got a little bit of a list, and that consists of a Father's Day card, and Rice Krispies and butterscotch chips. So we got some stuff to pick up, which I don't mind. Like, I don't actually ever mind going out and running errands, unless it's like a really inconvenient time. But like, if someone's paying me like the money that it's gonna cost for, said supplies or whatever. I mean, obviously the car is, I'm paying for that. Normally, my mom gave me some money to get some stuff for Chris, the stepdad, my stepdad. So she's paying for the car this time, but usually, anything like this, I paid for. But like, I don't mind going out and like picking up groceries for anyone. It's not that big of a deal. Get to go out, clear my head, listen to some music, drive, do whatever. Pick up a snack or something. Like, it's always a good time. So, I really don't mind going out and doing stuff. So, yeah. Workout was really good. I will say that deadlifts were rough towards the end, but we did complete all 5 sets, and then the back accessory. But I figured I should probably get out of there, so I didn't do biceps and triceps, which I haven't done in a while, and I really need to. So once we get back, it's gonna be some biceps and triceps. So yeah, trying to think. I got like canker sores all over my mouth. I think like I'm not like, don't quote me on this, but it might be because my blood pressure was like really, I don't know, it just a total like shot in the dark. I have basically zero knowledge about anatomy and physiology, but after yesterday's workout, I was like there were a bunch of blood vessels all over my body that were popped, and I had a bunch of like all in my neck and a little bit on my forehead, on my stomach, but that was kind of because of the belt, a little bit, on my quads, but especially like on my neck and shoulders a little bit, but neck especially, a bunch of blood vessels popped there. So I don't know, it could be something, but that was kind of a joke, by the way. I know canker sores aren't caused by blood pressure spike, but it might just be because I'm diet wise, might be something diet, or it could just be like the mouth guard, irritating my mouth. I don't know. There's so many different things. There's 3 cops back there. Luckily, the cops are like really chill here, compared to like a bigger city, or compared to like a smaller city, like my town. I haven't gotten pulled over for the phone being recording, but I figure I will get pulled over eventually, because I'm not 100% sure, but I think it could be distracted driving. There's also a strip club over there, which is interesting because this is a really safe, nice part of town. Actually, not really. It's not terrible, though. Lincoln, in general, actually, no, this is a pretty nice part of town. There's people out and about walking, although it's daytime, but, people out and about walking, so. Lincoln, in general, well, it does kind of look like there's some low-income housing over there. It looks like there's a lot of it over here, but this is also probably due to the fact that this is kind of campus town right here. So yeah, but Lincoln in general is really safe. Like I've never been in a situation in Lincoln where I'm like scared, to be in the area. So yeah, but what was I saying? I've never been in a situation where I'm scared to be in a certain area. There are like homeless people that live in these tunnels. So there's like on the trail that runs through kind of our backyard. It goes across the entire city. There's sections of it that are tunnels, and it's some of them are a good section, some of them are really long, like a quarter-mile long. But there's transients in these tunnels, and so you'll get situations where sorry, I'm just trying to avoid having an accident here. There's transients in the tunnels, and you'll get situations where like I've heard of people, like, actually there's a tunnel right here. I've heard of people having like crap thrown at them, like while they're biking through, like almost to try and trip them. So that's not amazing, but it's generally a very safe place. Like I would it's also beautiful, by the way. This whole area right here, is beautiful. Sunken Gardens and the zoo and everything. It's really awesome. But I've never really like been in a situation here or an area where I just don't feel comfortable, where I feel like maybe I should get out of there and get to a different part of town. But there are definitely areas that aren't as nice. The area that Jim's kind of in isn't like amazing. It's kind of a sketchier area, but again, like I said, sketchy here in Lincoln is like totally okay. That dude is flying. I don't know why. Got his blinkers on. So, and you know what? This part right here is really, really, really annoying, because you'll have people that stay in the left lane, but the thing is that the left lane ends, and the left lane people have to merge right, but they think the right lane ends, and the right people have to merge left. So they never give space for the people in the right lane, which is really, really annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna avoid all this construction here. But yeah, generally people aren't like bad drivers here. I will say I live in a very nice neighborhood. The houses here are way nicer than anything that I've ever seen, or like not necessarily seen, but way nicer than anything I've ever lived in or been around, lived in the area of, that type of deal. So I'm definitely privileged. I don't live in a bad area. This area is very nice. But even still, like, I've never like been, okay, actually, you know what? The one time that I've been slightly concerned about being safe is last year during the LA riots, when about like the ICE protests and stuff. That stuff was a little scary, because we were having people that they were just marching around. Sorry, it's so overstimulating driving here. I sound like a woman. But you'd have these people that were just marching around, throwing bricks into houses and lighting houses on fire and stuff. And that was definitely a scary moment. Obviously we got prepared. We got out the guns. We kind of locked up all of the doors, closed the windows, made a little safe room, barricaded a little bit. Just kind of, it's better to over prepare than under prepare, because say these riots, they say they take the trail all the way through Lincoln and start messing stuff up in Lincoln, via the trail system, which is actually a really good way to travel, because it puts you can go anywhere in Lincoln using the trail system, and it's relatively out of the way. So like, you're not going to have like police blockades like if you were at on a road or an intersection or something like that. So yeah, but let's see. Shoot. I would have missed my turn. Sorry, I'm not a great driver. I'm trying to look at the gas. I wasn't paying attention. I've never claimed to be a great driver. I just claim to be a decently safe driver. Like, I've never really done anything stupid, and the few times that I have, I've definitely learned my lesson. So I'm gonna park here, go inside Russ's, use the restroom, take care of anything that get the stuff that I need to pick up, and we will be on our way home. So I will see you guys for Tuesday's workout, which will be a nice heavy squat double. So yeah.